Welcome back to BK Collectables, your go-to channel for everything coin collecting, rare finds, and the fascinating history behind American coinage. If you're new here and passionate about coins, numismatics, and the untold stories of United States mint history, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like the one we're getting into today. Today, we're exploring the legendary and somewhat secretive West Point Mint, often called the Fort Knox of Coins. This mint has produced some of the most sought-after and highest quality coins in the history of the United States. Whether you're a beginner looking to understand the significance of mint marks, or a seasoned collector chasing rare proof coins, the story of West Point will give you a whole new appreciation for American coinage. Let's start at the beginning. The West Point Mint, located in West Point, New York, sits on the grounds of the United States Military Academy. It was originally built in 1937 as a bullion depository. At the time, it wasn't even an official United States mint facility, but it quickly became essential due to the nation's growing demand for secure precious metal storage. Known initially as the West Point Bullion Depository, it stored vast quantities of silver and gold, so much, in fact, that it eventually earned the nickname the Fort Knox of Silver. But here's where things get interesting. For decades, West Point operated without a mint mark. That means coins struck there couldn't be immediately identified by looking at them. From 1973 to 1986, West Point struck Lincoln cents composed of copper, but without any mint mark at all. These coins were indistinguishable from those struck in Philadelphia. It wasn't until March 31, 1988, that West Point officially received mint status from the United States Congress. This recognition was decades overdue, as West Point had already been quietly producing coins for years. Once officially recognized, the mint was finally allowed to use the W mint mark, and that's when the story truly begins for collectors. Let's talk about the coins. One of the earliest and most famous coins to bear the W mint mark is the 1996 W Roosevelt dime. This little 10-cent piece was never released into circulation. Instead, it was included as a free bonus in that year's uncirculated mint set. This was done to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946. Because it was never issued for general use and had a limited mintage of just over 1.4 million, the 1996 W Roosevelt dime is highly prized among modern collectors. Next up, the West Point Mint played a major role in producing commemorative coins and American Eagle bullion coins. Let's focus first on the American Silver Eagle. Beginning in 1986, the United States Mint launched the American Silver Eagle program, a 1-ounce silver bullion coin with a face value of $1. These coins quickly became the standard for investors and collectors alike. While bullion versions were struck primarily at the San Francisco and later Philadelphia mints, the West Point Mint was tasked with producing the proof and uncirculated versions, coins of superior finish and striking quality. Proof coins, as many of you know, are specially struck with polished dies and planchets to create mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. And let me tell you, the proof silver eagles from West Point, especially those from the early 2000s, are stunning. In particular, the 2001 W proof Silver Eagle and the 2006 W reverse proof are often seen as must-haves for serious collectors. Let's not forget the American Gold Eagle, also launched in 1986. Like their silver counterparts, these gold coins came in 1-ounce, half-ounce, quarter-ounce, and 10th-ounce sizes. While bullion versions were distributed through authorized dealers and struck at multiple mints, West Point became the go-to mint for proof and burnished gold coins. The W mint mark on a proof gold eagle isn't just a letter, it's a stamp of prestige. A standout year for West Point was 2006. To mark the 20th anniversary of the American Eagle program, the United States Mint released a trio of special sets. This included reverse proof versions of the silver and gold eagles, struck at West Point with stunning contrast between frosted fields and mirrored devices. These coins are now iconic, modern classics that stand out in any collection. Now, here's something you might not know. The West Point Mint also played a critical role in producing the Buffalo Gold coin series. In 2006, the United States Mint introduced the American Buffalo Gold Bullion coin, inspired by the classic design of the 1913 Buffalo nickel created by James Earl Fraser. This was the first time the United States struck a pure, 24-karat gold coin. Every single proof version of the Buffalo Gold coin has been struck at West Point. These coins combine historical beauty with precious metal content, making them wildly popular among collectors and investors. Of course, we can't talk about West Point without mentioning the 2013 W Enhanced Uncirculated Silver Eagle, part of the West Point Mint set released to celebrate the Mint's 75th anniversary. This set featured 2 coins, a reverse proof and a brand new enhanced uncirculated finish. Collectors loved the bold visual contrasts and low mintage numbers, leading to an instant sellout. Then came 2019. The United States Mint released the 2019 W Lincoln Cent, the very first Lincoln penny to carry the W mint mark. This coin wasn't sold individually. It was distributed as a bonus in 3 separate 2019 coin sets: the proof set, the uncirculated mint set, and the silver proof set. Each one came with a different finish: proof, uncirculated, and reverse proof. This made it fun and challenging to collect all 3. Also in 2019, the West Point Mint broke new ground by releasing W mint-marked quarters directly into circulation. For the first time in history, the United States Mint put W quarters into general use as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. Only 2 million of each design were struck with the W mint mark, a tiny fraction compared to P and D mintages. This initiative was part of the Great American Coin Hunt, a campaign designed to generate excitement among collectors and the general public. These quarters included Lowell National Historical Park, American Memorial Park, War in the Pacific National Historical Park, San Antonio Missions National Historical Park, and Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness. People were checking their change with renewed enthusiasm, hoping to find a West Point quarter, and those who did were holding onto a piece of modern numismatic history. And let's not forget about the 2020 W Jefferson nickel, which was included as a premium in that year's annual coin sets. That marked another major milestone, the first time the nickel bore the W mint mark. Now that we've covered coins, let's talk about the West Point Mint's role in bullion storage. Even though it's now an official mint, West Point still holds tens of billions of dollars in gold reserves. It's one of the most secure facilities in the country, second only to Fort Knox. In fact, during wartime and financial crises, West Point's vaults become even more critical to the stability of the national economy. Security at West Point is no joke. The facility is heavily guarded, and while it doesn't offer public tour like the Philadelphia or Denver mints, its influence is felt in every collector's album, every auction, and every conversation about modern United States coinage. To summarize, the West Point Mint started as a humble silver bullion depository in 1937. Over time, it evolved into one of the most important facilities in the United States mint system. Whether it's producing proof silver eagles, gold buffalo coins, or limited-run W mint-marked quarters, West Point is synonymous with excellence and exclusivity. It's a modern mint with a mysterious aura, closed to the public, secure beyond belief, and home to some of the finest coins ever struck in the United States. If you're looking to start or expand a modern coin collection, coins from the West Point Mint are some of the most exciting and rewarding to hunt, own, and show off. Their low mintages, unique finishes, and historical significance make them ideal for collectors at every level. That's it for today's deep dive into the West Point Mint. I hope you learned something new and have a greater appreciation for these W mint mark treasures. If you've got any West Point coins in your collection, tell us in the comments which ones you own or are hunting for. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow collectors, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to BK Collectables for more long-form, in-depth content just like this. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting!